Hi guys, welcome back to Make That Sea Change. It is Paul here again with you today on a beautiful, almost spring day here down under. Today we're going to look about and talk about how to sell pet supplies online. Now, I thought about this a while ago. One of my neighbours actually bought her little ones. It was last Christmas. She bought her little ones some hermit crabs online. So she went online. I'm not sure where she went actually. She went online. Ding, ding, ding. Up a couple of days later, turned some fish tanks, hermit crab tanks, a couple of hermit crabs, sand, rocks, put it all together. I don't know how the hermit crabs survived the trip, but they did. And the other day I was down at the beach with my son and I saw some hermit crabs and I thought about it and then realised that I hadn't written about it in my site, so here we are. Now, I don't know why I haven't thought about this one because obviously pets is a massive, massive, massive niche. I almost probably should have split this into 3 or 4 posts, but I thought I'd just be repeating myself. But, you've got everything from food to bedding to health supplements to grooming to collars to, cat scratching posts to fish tanks, to snake tanks, to terrariums, to walking, anything. You name it, there is something for it for pets. And from a marketing point of view, from an online marketing point of view, I think pets is actually one, there's a bit of competition there, but it's one that absolutely I think can make you some decent money if you can set yourself up as an authority on the site. And we'll talk about that a bit more in a minute. Because pets falls into so many of the top niche categories that we know about. So it falls in the hobby niche, it falls in the family health and well-being niche, and it falls in the make money niche if people want to set up a business for grooming and that sort of stuff as well. So it's quite a tantalizing, for want of a better term, niche that we can look at, that we can actually get people selling online in all these things. So let's investigate it and see what we can come up with. First thing that we always normally do when we talk about how to sell things online is we need to see if there's a market. Now, this is one of those ones where you're sort of writing the post and think, of course there's a market because most people have pets. I mean, we have 2 cats. My wife buys the food online because they need to have a special multi-gazillion-dollar bag of food for some reason. She buys their cat scratching posts online. Useless rubbish turns up online from them all the time. No wonder I have to write websites. But that said, I mean, it is something that people will spend money on online because, and I did write that you do need to do this further on, but if you know what food you need and it saves us having to go, we live in a rural area, so if it saves us having to go 30 minutes into town, buy it online. Someone else can deliver it. It doesn't cost us anymore. In fact, the amount of money that we save on the food, we pay for shipping. So it costs us exactly the same, but we don't have to go and get it. So that's why it's probably a good market online. But if I have a look at the numbers anyway, Pet Supplies has averaged 33,500 plus searches per month. Pet Food has probably over 10,000 by the time you look at all the variations there. And it starts to show me different things. So you've got pet food cat, pet food dog, quality pet food, holistic pet food. And if I'd scroll down on that keyword search, there was organic pet food, keto pet food, dietary need pet food, so many different types. Diabetic, one big one for cats and dogs apparently. And then pet grooming on its own has over 7,000 searches per month. So there is absolutely a market there in the pet niche. And again, just to scroll through and having a look at the trends here, it's state average, and in fact it's probably grown a little bit over the last 5 years, which is good. It hasn't shot up, which means it's not a fad. Sometimes you see things where they'll pick along and they'll go up for 6 months and then they'll drop again. I'm sure if you look up fidget spinners or something like that, you'd see that. But for pet food, what did I do? Pet food, pet supplies and pet grooming, all average, if not having grown a little bit over the past 5 years, which means it's a great market. And I think that's because more and more people are becoming familiar with buying online. They're happy to buy online for their pets. It's not like when we talked about electronics, last week, where people want to see it working, see what the picture's like. If you're buying a dog toy, you're buying a dog toy. I mean, as long as it's, if it's a plastic toy, you don't really need to check it out. As long as it's safe, get it, throw it at the dog, and you're done. So people will buy that sort of stuff online. So again, it's a very, very, very good niche to get into, but it's a very large niche, and that's probably where I want to focus most of the conversation today. Is it's such a large niche. I've listed in the post here. It took me literally. Normally, it takes me a little while to do some searching and find around for little niche ideas that I put in these posts. Today, it took me literally 10 seconds. I did 2 searches. I went back to the searches I did below in this post, and I just thought of a couple off the top of my head. I come up with pet food, pet grooming, pet health, and that breaks you down even further into just general health for dogs, general health for cats, snakes, whatever. Snakes is a massive market here at the moment. I like snakes, that doesn't bother me, but you can go to specific disease. I saw a site on my travels the other day when I was researching diabetics. A purely diabetic site for animals. Had all about diabetic toys, yeah, because there's a lot of toys have flavoured scents in them and flavoured tastes in them that the dogs play with. It's good for their teeth to play with them, but they have to get dogs to play with them so that they can be good for their teeth, but also not getting excess sugars and stuff that might have been in the attractants in the toys. So diabetic toys, diabetic food, diabetic medications, I think the other thing was, but the point is that there's specifics for everything when you get to pet health, aged care, dealing with older pets. Older pets need a lot more deal than younger pets. Cats have urinary tract infections. That's why we pay $400 million a month for food, and because we need to get special urinary tract food for our cat, because if it eats anything other than that food, it ends up costing a couple $100 at the vet. So the payoff for the food's actually a lot more cost effective. Then you got showing, pet showing and breeding. So all the stuff you need for breeding and showing, and I put all this under pet supplies. So, and it could just be pets, unusual and exotic pets was one I come up with. As I say, there's a massive market for snakes here at the moment in Australia. People want to keep pet snakes. I have friends who keep pet snakes, lizards. My niece has a bearded dragon that she keeps in a big fish tank. Mice, rats. What did I see the other day? A bandicoot or something like that was in the pet store. I mean, there's all these things that people are starting to. I know in the US people keep tarantulas. But again, exotic pets and unusual pets. So they're the things that I've come up with as I say, it literally took me 10 seconds. So if you are in the niche and looking at pets, I think you really need to concentrate on where you're going to hit your market. Some things to be aware of if you're going to sell pet supplies is that pet owners, there's 2 types of pet owners, in my opinion, and please comment below if you think I'm wrong or being facetious here. I'm not trying to be, I promise. 2 types of pet owners. The family pet owners, which is me. Whatever you can give me that makes my life easier with these pets here, that I don't spend so much time at the vet, I don't have to worry about their health. I know they're healthy, they're being looked after. Trust me, I'm not cruel. But I don't really want to have to deal with too much of them. Then you have the people, that's actually 3 types. Then you have the people who their family pet is absolutely their be all and end all. It's, they're like a child to them. And these people, they know everything there is to know about their pets. So if you get on a site and, excuse language, half-ass it, then you are going to get caught and they will not buy from you. So if whatever niche you're in, you need to make sure that you know about it and do your research and can cover it, because these people are absolutely aggressively enthusiastic about their animals and will not purchase from you if they don't trust you. And then the third lot, I know I said 2, but I thought of a third one, is the professional. So the professional groomers, professional dog walkers, breeders, those sort of people are buying supplies for a professional money-making input. And I think the thing to remember there is you're going to talk to them a lot differently than you're going to talk to me. If you're trying to sell me something for my cats, here's a cat scratching post. You know what I do, Paul? It's going to stop you worrying about the cat scratching your favourite doormat or your couch or the side of the bed or anything like that, because I scratch. Great, that's what I want. If I'm a cat breeder, I want to know what my scratching post is going to do for their cats, their appearance, how it's going to help them, because I want to sell them and I don't want something that's going to damage their claws or, make them unhealthy or something like that. So I need features and benefits. So you're going to speak to, and groomers are the same. If I'm just grooming my dog at home so I don't have to pay someone to do it, I just want to know that it works. If I'm a professional groomer, I'm going to want to know a lot more about it. So think about that in your niche as well. Think about who you're talking to. Think about if there's a target there. Do some searching online. Do some keyword searches. See what's about. See what people are selling. See how they're selling it. I'm not saying don't sell what other people are selling, but think about how you can become an authority and how you can really target your known audience. And most importantly, and I talk about this every single time, you must be solving a problem. If you're not solving a problem, turn your laptop off and go and sell newspapers on the corner. Honestly, people with pets want to know how to solve a problem. I want to know how to stop my cats from scratching the couch. I want to know how to stop my cat from getting urinary tract infection so I don't have to pay money for the vet. So they're my problems. That's what I'm going to search on. So if I do a search for urinary, and I know you can't see this, so I won't hit infections, cats. So urinary tract infection, cats, I get all these products that are supposedly to help me, tells me what causes it, problems, signs and treatments, 5 signs your cat has urinary tract disease, so if I want to know, that's it. What's the deal with cats and UTIs? And a lot of them are they're either from pet food companies like Hills and Purina, or they're from blog sites like we talk about that telling me how to see if my cat's got a urinary tract infection. So if I look at that, and I can go down, and there's an affiliate site here. It's a slideshow, and then I see there's some food at the bottom that they're recommending for me. So I found that. So if they can convince me that my cat has a urinary tract infection and this is the food that's going to solve it, I might buy from them. And that's what it's about. It's about they've done that post for me. That urinary tract infection post might be just on diseases for cats. I didn't actually look much at the site, but it might be a site on purely diseases for cats. It might be a site on cats. It might be a site on older cats. It might be, I don't know if you'd have enough to write about, but it could be just a site on urinary tract infections. I don't think that'll be fun to write about all day, but you get the point. There is so many different variations of a niche in pet supplies that you need to look at that, but you need to be solving problems. So what problems are people going to have? If you're doing groomers for professionals, what problems are they going to have? They might be burning through their grooming shears too quickly. They might have 4 different type breeds, different breeds with different fur types. I mean, poodles might have have a lot stronger, have a woollier fur than a blue cattle dog, which is quite strong, and they don't shear them, but they have to groom them. So, there is variations on what they need. So you're going to need to solve the problems they might have, and they might need a solving problem for every breed that they deal with. That's the advantage, and that's why it's such a good niche, because there's so many options and so many things you can write about. But you must know your niche. You must know your target audience, because you need to write to those people. If you're writing to people whose dogs are their family, will spend money on them, but they need to trust you and they need to know you know what you're talking about. So if I'm buying a dog for my a bed for my dog, I'm just buying one that I think is going to be comfortable. If I'm an absolutely fastidious about my pets, I'm going to buy them the top of the range one, because I buy that for my kids. So if you can target them, they will spend money. And we're talking about this not to be pretentious against those sort of people. We're talking about it from an online business building point of view. If they're going to spend money, you can target that. And that's what I'm talking about. What problem you're solving, who are you targeting, and how you're going to target them. And from there, it's just the usual stuff that we talk about. So you need a website, you'll need social media, a website so that you can write the post to target them, get all your keywords up, click on the link under Build a Website, and it talks to you more about building a website. Social media, I would go with YouTube to start with, so you can demonstrate some of these things. Maybe spend a little bit of money if you can, and buy a few of the toys and show the cats using them, or show dogs using them, or you can review so many different things and find videos of them on YouTube. If you're in the grooming thing, you can put pictures of dogs that you've groomed on Instagram or Pinterest. Those are very good for visual type things. Use social media, use it to drive people to your website, but also use it for groups. Pet groups on Facebook are massive. Professional pet owners like breeders and showers, family pet owners, Labrador owners, German Shepherd owners, Persian cat owners, Siamese cat owners, carpet python owners, green tree snake owners, mice, rats, birds. I haven't even mentioned birds. Birds is a massive industry. The trading of exotic birds, done legally, obviously, is absolutely a multi-million-dollar industry in this country because we have quite, actually looking outside, there's about 4 or 5 rainbow lorikeets in our front yard as it is. So they're everywhere here, and trading them is a huge business. So if you're looking at bird breeders, bird owners, what seeds can they use? What's the best purchase for them? How big a aviary size do you need if you've got 2 cockatoos, what aviary size do you need? If you've got budgerigars, what aviary size, what cage size, all that stuff, just on birds. So join the groups, the Facebook groups, the Instagram groups, even Twitter accounts, that you can follow these people. And a lot of them won't let you actually talk about, you can't just going to say, oh, I'm Paul, I've got a bird site here, come and see it. They'll ban you for that, most of them. But at the very least, that you can hear what they want to know, you can hear what they're talking about. So if you're in a group discussion or saying, oh, my sulphur-crested cockatoo loses feathers in the wintertime, you go off and do your research. 5 ways to stop your cockatoos losing feathers at wintertime. In you go, sell the products, people will buy it. And trust me, people buy it. So that's where your website, your social media, your like-minded groups and everything come from. Then how are we going to sell them? Affiliate marketing, as we've said. So, and this is what we've been talking about. So 5 ways you can stop your cockatoo feathers falling out in winter. Then you have links to the products in your affiliate programs that they go off, they purchase, and you make the commissions. Drop shipping. I've left drop shipping in here. I actually had it in there from the electronics one. And I've left it in there because if you're dealing with grooming or dog bedding or any of the bigger, bulkier items, bird cages, you might be able to find a wholesaler that you can advertise on your site. You take the sale, then you pay the wholesaler their wholesale payment, any sort of drop shipping fees, and they will ship them out for you. So drop shipping and affiliate marketing are similar. Main difference is drop shipping, you do all the sales and the customer service. So they're actually your client, not the client of the customer of the affiliate marketing program. Have a read about it in the post anyway. And the last thing, which is very popular, if you see people at market stalls and stuff like that selling heaps and heaps of dog collars, dog leads, a lot of times, sometimes they make themselves, a lot of times they do what's known as white labeling, where you go off, you find a company that will sell you 1,000 dog collars for $1,000. You put your own name on it, you might put your tag on it, you might just sell it as is, and then you sell that on your page on a marketing site, something like that. And off you go. The beauty of that is that you can sell it at markets and then link them back to your website so they can buy from you once, but then next time you can stop going to markets because you've got an online audience and they get it online. My mother does that with licorice of all things. She was buying licorice off this guy at the local markets where she lives, and he eventually stopped going to market and did it all online because she had his card, she had all his details, she just goes online and buys the licorice. So it is a way that you can do that as well. And that's it. Selling pet supplies online it's a great market to get into. You must know your niche, you must know your audience, you must know your stuff, because people will not put their pets at risk. If they think that anything you're trying to sell can hurt their pet, put their pet at risk of an expensive vet bill, God forbid, cause terminal damage to their pet, anything like that, or just doesn't work, they won't purchase it. You need to make sure you know what you're talking about. Target your audience, get your your platforms in place, your websites, your social media. Excuse me. Find your affiliate programs, or if you're going to drop ship or white label and set up your own products, you can do that as well. But as I said, good market. Okay, guys, thanks for listening. Hope that was helpful. If not, please don't be afraid to comment below, either in YouTube. If you're in YouTube, please hit like and subscribe below, and comment if you have any questions. If you're in the post, as the same thing, please comment below if you have any questions, anything I haven't answered, anything you think I've said that isn't quite correct. Love to hear from you. And thanks again for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.